So hi guys, my name is Brij and welcome to Binary Beast. So yeah, the this is like the first video of Binary Beast, and the intention or the thought of making this YouTube channel was just like me, there will be many other coders around the globe who will be continuously solving some questions and some algorithms, and when they find a beauty, like when they find a particular piece of code that's amazing, they just store it, and then all they will try to like write it somewhere, then use it some, and then mold it some other time and use it for some other logic. Yeah, so I was also like I used to have the same mentality, and what I thought is instead of just keeping it to myself, what I can do is I can just spread it around so that the other coders might also just use it somewhere or some in some program, I hope. Yeah, so in this channel we will be just solving some like I solve many of the code chef and Hackerrank problems. So the one which I will find like a little interesting or worth sharing, I will post it here. And also if you guys, and also if like you guys have some interesting problems or interesting code, just comment it down or just send the link in the comment section. I will try to solve it in my own way, and let's see if I can find a good solution and I can share it here. Okay, so let's just forget and start with our first problem. So so like I thought of choosing the array manipulation problem from the Hackerrank. It's like amazing. At first, like when I thought of it, I got time limit exceeded and the others, but when I just really thought of it and then I got it, so it was a really nice problem and I thought it's worth sharing. So I'll just define you what's the problem all about, and then you can read it. I will post the link in the description section. Okay, so yeah, so this is all about sample input is 5 3 1 200 2 500 and 3 400. Okay, so what it does is this is our total number of like values. So they have given an array of, let's say this is n and this is m. Okay, so this is, let's say they have given an array of n elements. So in this case it's 5, and 3 is the number of queries. These are the 3 queries which they will give us. Okay, so we have, like, I just full screen this. Yeah, so we have 5 elements, so it's numbered from 1 to 5. So it's 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, let's just space it. Yeah, okay, now what they have like what the problem is, this is our first query, which is 1 2 and 100. This means that from 1 to 2, that means that from the first element to second element inclusive of 1 and 2, we have to add 100. So initially they have given that all the array elements from 1 to n, they all are 0. So it's 0 0 0 0 and 0. Okay, initially this 5 elements are 0, and after the first query, what happens is the first and the second element will have 0 plus 100, so it's 100 100, and they are all 0 0 and 0. Okay, so now this is our final array, like, so now this is our final, it's 100 100 0 0 0. So now a second query is 2 to 5. I have to like put 100. Okay, so in 2 to 5 what I will do is inclusive of 2 and 5. So the 100 is as it is, so the 100 will be as it is, and it will be 100. This will be 100 plus 100, it will be 200. 3 was 0, so it was it was 100. 4 is 100 and 5 is also 100. Okay, as we can see, 1 to 2 we have 100, and 2 to 5, so it's overlap, so we have 100 plus 100 as the values are same. That's why. Now let's move on to the third query. Third query states that from 3 to 4 inclusive of 3 and 4, we have to add more 100 values. So our value becomes this was 100, this is 200. Now 3 to 4, that means initially it was 100, now we have to add more 100, so it's 200 200, and it was as it is 100. Okay, so this is our final array, and our out, and like what they want is we want to print the maximum of the final array. So in this case it's 200. Yeah, so because the maximum entry is 200. Yeah, so see, the answer is 200, and they've also taken the same. Like from the first there will be 100 100 0 0 0. So yeah, it's changing. So it's 100 100. So in the first iteration we have 100 100 0 0 0. Yeah, this was our first iteration. On the second iteration we have 100 200. In the second iteration we have 100 200 100 100 100. So 100 200 and 3 times 100. And the third iteration we have 100 and 3 times 200 and also 100. So required answer is 200. Okay, so I'll hope you have got the question. I'll just summarize it for you once again really fast. Okay, so we have given like n elements, so it's 5, and we have given m queries. In this case it's 3, so it's 3 queries are there. This is just, let's say this is p, this is q, and this is r. Okay, so for what we need to do is from p to q, inclusive of p and q, we have to increment the values by r. Okay, so initially if all the elements were 0, we have to increment from p to q inclusive of p and q to the value r. So it was 0 and 100, then was 2 to 5. So from 2 to 5 we have to just increment more 100, and on 3 to 4 we have to increment more 100. Okay, simple problem. So this is like the basic or the naive approach to solve the code, but there is always a time constraint, and in this case it's really large. So the constraints are, the values of m is from 2 to 10 to the power 5, n is 3 to 10 to the power 7, a and b is same value as n, and k is also really huge. So basically we can't go this approach in which we are iterating from 0 to m. Okay, this is not the right approach to solve the code, and that's why I got stuck, and it took me around 2 hours to figure out the original solution. I would not deny, I would be truthful to you guys. So I really took 2 hours to figure out the solution, but finally when it did, it was worth my 2 hours. Okay, and it was really a great solution. So yeah, first I will just give you my approach, and then you can suggest if you have any other good approach. Okay, first I would suggest you try by yourself by pausing the video here, and if you not get, then you can see the further part. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Okay, so now we have 1 to 5. I'm just arranging again 1 2 3 4 and 5. We have again same. I just put some spaces. It's really fast. Yeah. Okay, I'm initially 0. I'm initially adding, like, assigning zeros to all the array elements. It's really fast. Okay, so now what we can do is, I have figured out a solution in which we can get the final answer in big O of n approach. Okay, if you don't know big O of n, then just search some other videos and just find, this is not the channel to discuss the basics. Okay, so in big O of n, like, I really want to give a fast summary of big O of n. Means like we are iterating normal from 1 through n, and by the time we reach end, we will get our value. Okay, so this is like the big O of n approach. Okay, so let's see the first query when user fires. It's 1 2 and 100. So what we can do is, from 1 we will do whatever the value previous is there. In this case it's 0. Okay, so it's 0 and 100, and on 2 is also 100. Okay, so what I'll do is not 2 but the element following 2. In this case it's 3. I will put minus 100. Okay, I'll just tell you why I did this, but first just try to understand. Okay, now when the second query user fires, in this case it's 2 5, it's 100. So what I'll do is, here I'll do 0 plus 100. In this case it's 100, and on fifth element, fifth plus 1, which is 6th, but however 6th is out of the bounds. Okay, so I'm not doing anything. It's just as it is. There's no minus, because 5 plus 1 6 is out of the n bounds. Okay, and it's not what we need. Okay, and next is 3 4, it's 100. So what I'll do is, on 3, let me just really go fast. I'll come here. Okay, and yeah, and 3 to 4. So what it does is, from 3 to 4 we have to give 100. So it's 100. Yeah, so 100 minus 100, because on the first iteration we have also insert -100, and in this iteration we have 100. So now our total value becomes 0. Okay, and on the 4th plus 1, that's 5th. On 5th we are inserting -100. Okay, so now our final array which we are getting after m queries is 100, 100. We have 0, again 0, and we have -100. Okay, I hope you have got that why I have written here 0. It was because here it was actually 100. Base it was 3 to 4, it was 100, but what I have done is, as there was a -100 here, and there is a +100 here, so I have put 0. Okay, so now final array is my 100, 100, 0, 0, -100. Okay, so to find the max value, okay, now this is not an answer, so this is not our answer. We don't want this, we want the maximum value. So what we need is, we need to now just iterate from 1 to n and summing the values of this array. Like our ARR of 0 will be 100, then ARR, let's keep it 1 index. Okay, so ARR of 1 will be 100, and ARR of 2 will be 100 plus 100, as now this 100 and it was this 100, so it will be 200. ARR of 3 will be 200 plus 0. Okay, so it will be 200. ARR of 4 will be 200 plus 0, it will be again 200, and ARR of 5 will be 200 minus 100, it will be 100. So you see, if you have seen this video from starting, then the first approach which I did was also resulting the same output as this one. Yeah, this is not a coincidence. Okay, this is like the proper approach, and we got the solution in big O of n approach. Yeah, big O of n. So this is really great, and we'll just try to code it down really fast. Okay, this was the approach. I hope you have get it. I hope you got it. Otherwise, just see it one more time and you'll get it. I promise. Yeah, so now let's code it down. This is all that I have coded. Yeah, so I'll just code it for you here once again. I'll keep this video unedited because whatever mistakes I make, you have also chances to make the same mistake. Okay, let's just okay, this is the basic approach. Now let's see what they have given. So they are giving two approaches, m and n. So I'll just keep it long and I'll just take input from user. Now as they are giving us m queries, what I'll do is I'll just I hope you have I hope you got this. It's simple. I've just coded for the inputs the user will give. Now it's the main thing, and now it's what I'm doing. Okay, so as we have discussed here, that what we'll do is, first of all, we are going to what we are doing is, first of all, we are assigning zeros to everyone. Okay, so what I'll do here is just I'm making an array. I'm intentionally keeping this static array. I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why, the reason of it. Okay, I had made the same mistake, that's why. Okay, I'm taking this and I'm just okay, so I've just inserted zeros in all the array elements, and now the main part begins. So what I'm doing is, when user has given p and q, in this case 1 and 2, okay, user has given 1 and 2, so what I'll do is simply ARR of p Okay, user is giving three values. It's P, Q, and R. Really sorry. Okay, so P, Q, and R. So ARR of P will be my ARR of P plus R. Yeah, as we have discussed, whatever the value will be initially, I will add the value of R, and the final value will be initial value plus final value. Okay, so here it is, and our ARR of Q plus 1 will be ARR of Q plus 1 minus R. Okay, as we have discussed, if it was 2, then our third value was minus 100. Yeah, so this was like the basic approach, but however, this can give segmentation fault in this. However, this can give segmentation fault. So what I am just doing is, if Q plus 1 is less than or equal to n. Okay, in only that case I want here. I want it to go inside. Okay, and by this I just remember the fact that our array is one index. Okay, so what I am doing is, for first it's ARR of n plus 1 because our array will be of one index. So it will be from this and also this ARR of n, and yeah, I think it's pretty much yeah, now it's cool. Okay, so yeah, so now it's done. The basic logics are done. It was this simple, guys. It was this simple. Okay, now finally we have to just find the maximum value, and it's done. By only this 2 lines of code, by only this like 3 lines of code, we have just implemented this whole logic, and we have got this array as well. Okay, now we just need to find the maximum value from this, and its logic is pretty much this simple to find the maximum value. I hope you all know this. Okay, so I'll just do long int sum is equal to 0 and max equal to 0. I need to just I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. If it's ARR, right? I think, yeah, if ARR of I is greater than equal to max, what I'll do is max equal to ARR of I. This was the logic to find the maximum value and to just sum it down, like as we have discussed, right? That it was 100, then the next element will be the its value plus the initial, like it will be this plus the previous value. So it will be in this case sum. So in this case my ARR of Q, in this case what I'll figure out is in this case what I figure out is if ARR is greater than max. Okay, that's cool. And okay, just a sec, this is not needed. What I can do is sum equal to sum plus ARR of I, and if my sum is greater than max, if my sum is greater than max, just a sec, I hope you are able to see this. I don't know why I'm not able to move this stuff. Just a sec, guys. Yeah, it's just simple. What we need to do is yeah, and it's max equal to sum. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's simply it. I think this was it, man. Yeah. Okay, now what we need to do is just we have to print max, and it's done. Okay, let's just run it and we will see if we are getting some errors or not. Yes, okay. Luckily we have not any errors. So let's just 5 3 1 200, then it's 2 500 3 400 2 500 3 400. Okay, and we got 200, and that's the right answer. So let's just copy and run it here. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, I'm just replacing this array with replacing this code with some another code. Just a sec. Yeah, so let's just run it and first see whether it runs for custom cases. Yeah. First let's go for small scale. Okay, yeah, so we have passed 2 test cases, so now let's go for the final one. I know it's not going to work. There are some cases which are going to fail, and that was expected. Okay, so these are the cases which I failed. Yeah, you guessed right, I unlocked one test case because I was not able to find this error. Okay, so I had to unlock this, and from this I figured out what was the final mistake which I was making. So knowingly I made that mistake for you guys. Yeah, so what the mistake was, we have to declare the array dynamically. Okay, so the step which we are doing here, this step is not appropriate. Okay, we have to declare our array in a dynamic approach. I'll tell you why. First let's just let me just run this and its final submission is done or not. Let's see. Yeah, it's done. That's so cool. This was my first video. First of all, I'd like to tell that because it was dynamic, the constraints were very large, constraint 10 to the power 7. So we had to take a dynamic array for that purpose. So just remember this as a keynote. Whenever the values are too large or something, you have to always take a dynamic array. Yeah. So this was one of the tips. And also, guys, this was my logic algorithm. If you have not understood even a single bit, you can just comment in the comment box. I'll answer all of your queries. Yeah. So that's it for today and for this video. I hope you like it. I'm giving the link of the problem in the description. Please and do try it out. And just like this, I'll post many other videos of some algorithms and some logics which I will find really interesting. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.